Now, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, here we go again. One more again, my friend. It's Carcino saying hit the like button. And when the video is over, you can hit the super thanks and send a message. The super chat is working. We need to get to this. Just remember this, hip hop. I need you to remember this. This is what was created. Everything that's happening and circulating now is ramifications of what happened 20 years ago. Actually, longer than that. Try 30 years ago. In 1987, a black man had a chance to rule the music game completely, have distribution to all music. At this point, Motown was really to the point where they were ready to sell. Berry Gordy was in position he did not like hip hop. He liked old R&B music, R&B soul. This was his genre, you know, Motown, Michael Jackson, ABC, all of these different things in these genres that were coming up. Now, Now, Berry Gordy was presented with a lot of ideas to modernize the company. He had a female named Vanessa, not who he was dating, that worked for him and worked for his assistants, who was trying to tell him that you need to start, you know, looking into the new wave of what the people are listening to. R&B is changing. And Berry Gordy didn't like Bobby Brown. He liked the idea of what New Edition was, but did not like Bobby Brown. Tenderoni and all that, he thought Bobby Brown was absolute trash. Berry Gordy had a chance to link up and do business with other people who were in the music business, such as Al Haymon. Al Haymon, you know him because of Floyd Mayweather and what he's done in boxing. What you didn't know is Al Haymon was one of the most influential people in the music industry for these R&B and soul artists when it was all said and done. When their careers was basically for selling records was over, they were still doing shows because Al Haymon was putting on these tours. Back then, you didn't even care or notice that his name was on the ticket that you paid to go see. If you seen Frankie Beverly and Maves, you seen Al Haymon put that together. Now, hit the like button because it's going to get real interesting. There was an opportunity to own a distributional piece with Motown and merging with Sony CBS. CBS had just acquired, it was all brand new form of Epic Records. So CBS and Epic got together and started doing their business with Michael. So this is when television and music was linking up together. So Motown was in position to open up its own branch. Universal didn't even exist yet. Al Haymon said to Berry Gordy, we're going to have our own distribution. If we set up a distribution and get our own line to distribute our own records, and if we're in charge of the distribution and the manufacturing of the music, we control the pipeline for ourselves. Once we got one pipeline, we could branch on to others and acquire other former record labels that are going under, or they basically are just sitting there in subsidiary hell. It just keeps getting flipped into something else. What does that mean in actual terms of knowledge? This is what it means. Say you got, like, somebody won a chicken sandwich, right? And they take the chicken, right? And they make your chicken sandwich with it. Now they got all this extra chicken left over from the sandwich. You don't throw that away, right? Because it's wasteful. So what do? You take that leftover chicken and you might make chicken soup. Or you might make a chicken salad. You see, it's a whole nother thing now with what's left over. See, Berry Gordy, his mind was thinking old school. He wasn't thinking modern. Quincy Jones tried to do business with him, but he felt Quincy Jones manipulated Michael Jackson, and he really didn't want to deal with Quincy too much anymore. So a lot of different things that was done in the dark that people just are not privy to. Well, you look at New York Undercover. Why was New York Undercover popular? Because it was New York. They all had guns in New York, which is very rare. So people in New York love New York Undercover. So Al told Berry Gordy, let's do it. The whole thing would have cost $38 million. That's it. $38 million. And they could have owned their own pipeline. The opportunity was there. They could have acquired some other publishing on the side, released, or what have you. 38 million, right? So Berry Gordy said, I don't have the money. He says, Berry, you have the options. All of this music that's worth damn near hundreds of millions of dollars. Are you kidding me? You have so many options. People will give you $38 million anyway, because they know what this music is worth down the line. Berry was sick of it. He was sick of the artists. He was sick, thought they were too greedy, spoiled, ungrateful. So he stalled out Al Haymon. Then and MC Hammer comes, blows up. They're using all these hip hop artists are using James Brown's music. Only one problem. James wasn't really getting paid anymore. To fix his tax situation, James was writing off money he owed and everything else on taxes. Now, let's try something a little different. That's what they all say, right? Let's all try something a little different. MC Hammer blows up. Al Haymon rolls in that direction because he sees where the money's going. Berry Gordy is stuck in the mud. So he abandons that. He goes towards MC Hammer route. Hammer is doing numbers. He's doing tours. He gets Pepsi. Al Haymon's grabbing all these endorsements coming through the door. And everyone can see it now. They see the light. As long as he wasn't talking crazy about me, we ain't got no problem. Well, what I didn't understand for the life of me, and I said for the life of me, what I didn't understand is that when I saw how everything was laid out in front of me, I didn't quite get why Berry Gordy didn't do it. But looking back in hindsight, it's easy for us to say that. No, the reason why I'm coughing is because the AC is like blowing in my face. I don't touch my mom's settings. You touch my mom's settings, that's like asking for war. This is her car. No, MC Hammer was bringing in a lot of money, and he brought in a lot of sponsorships. Pepsi brought a lot of stuff to the table. So while doing that, it opened up a lot of doors, a lot of ideas. That it was safe to invest in rap. So now that it was safe to invest in rap, people were like, all right, rap is good. Rap is cool. Rap is love. So everybody was back on the rap train. Rap was popping. Couldn't say nothing bad about it. Then NWA's out. That changes the game in a negative way, and now it gave people like MC Hammer more props and more popularity, because now it's like, oh wow, this guy's not doing that recklessness, but he wasn't respected as an MC and all that crap. He's not really hip hop. And then Run DMC and everybody else, and they start to see the money track. To make a long story short, but by then it's too late. Now the record companies who once was hesitant, they're like, okay, there's a such thing as good rap and bad rap. I get it now. Let's go. Let's effing go, dude. So they start investing in rap. And once they start investing in rap, that's when everyone starts saying, hey, this is the way to go. Well, you got to look at it. You have a lot of people out here making a lot of money, and they're making a lot of decisions for other people. And all of these people didn't realize something. All these sponsorship companies was coming along with all this sponsor money, but the big money was into the distribution of your own music. Now, at this time, as you're a young kid coming from the projects, you ain't never had $60, let alone that mom, didn't come in your basement. You wasn't thinking about a career in hip hop. Like, no, a career in hip hop, man, that's the way to go. Who saw that? It was a mom and pop shop. It's a John Doe business. So by being a John Doe business, that means no one owns it. Okay, you're right at the cusp of making the most money you can make. But it is a roll of the dice, because if it's a fad or hobby, you're not going to come out with any money or revenue. So that's where the issue came in at. Was this going to be something that's sustainable 30, 40, 50 years so you can make revenue off of it? Or is it something you got to burn and sell quick? That's why some people who don't have vision, they think get out fast. And then they never understand what they've thrown away, because they're distracted by something shiny. That's why at a casino, they got flashy lights to attract you to games. Something shiny will throw you off. That's why I was always ahead of the curve, because I would always find the needle in the haystack, because I wasn't distracted by something shiny. Even though I love the casino. Well, it's just good business, man. They were one of the first to do it at that level. No, they really was just thumbing through it and fumbling their way to the top. Actually, they didn't. They were horrible at handling business, as you didn't know until they went further up that their business structure was terrible. They signed an awful deal when they first started with Def Jam, because no one saw them as making anything. They've given away their initial evaluation. Jay-Z was trying to get out of that deal, ridiculous, any chance he could get. What's up? Any chance he could get, he was trying to get out of that deal. So the way he kept trying to get out of the deal was, I'm gonna sit here and try to think of a way to get out of the contract by putting out as many albums as possible in a row, so I could fulfill my obligation of the contract, so I could be out. But he was always trying to get rid of Biggs and Dame. Once he blew up on Volume 2, he was like, all right, cool, I'm getting the position now, I'm gonna renegotiate, get my money, then that way I could go. But see, they liked Jay. They liked Dame. They didn't like Dame and Biggs. Biggs, they felt like, it's somebody you've grown past, you don't need them no more. You can get past Biggs. You don't need Biggs. You needed Biggs as money in the beginning. Now you don't need Biggs. So that's what I'm saying. They didn't need Biggs no more. But remember, hip-hop was looking at sponsorships, and not until really 50 Cent came into prominence. And he hit, and he saw those sponsorship dollars came. He took it all. He took every sponsorship that came up the pipe. But everybody was looking at sponsorship rather than distribution of music. And it was on the table for all of them. You got all these people looking at the distribution of the music. So if they're not looking at the distribution part, this is where the money's made. Publishing. They don't want you thinking that. They want you to think money, endorsements, sponsors, quick money, money in the hand. And you ain't thinking about the overall picture. You know what you're thinking about? You ain't thinking of the overall picture. You're not thinking about the next person that's gonna come, because there's no union. That's the union's job, is to think about the collective people, the people that is not getting those multi-million-dollar contracts. But they ain't thinking about them. Thinking about them, this wouldn't be the case. Because you'll be fighting for the next, after you retire, they got to come up with the same BS that you came through or worse. And that's what these new generation of artists are coming through. Worse. They're signing a 360 deal coming through the door. Where the performance and all of that was all your money. No, that's done now. Now the record label get a piece of that. They get a piece of all your merchandising and everything. These record labels are some crooks. What's up, bro? Yeah, these record labels will strip you blind. You even make a dime. They didn't bankroll everything off you now. This music business is crazy. I'm telling you, this music business will strip you so quick. You in debt. It's like a car loan. Better yet, a loan on a house. Imagine getting a loan for the house and don't get the house. You paying on a loan for a house you ain't in. That's hip hop. That is a record contract. Everything they bring you, you being charged for it. They bring you dinner. They bring you a Coca-Cola. You want water? Oh, yeah, thank you. Let me get a water. I'm charging you for the towels at a markup value. They'd be like, yeah, those towels you had in the hotel, yeah, those are $400 Egyptian towels. I'm like, I don't think they was Egyptian towels. The towels I used at the hotel to wipe my face? Yeah, you wanted those special towels. I did. I just asked for a towel. If I knew they cost that kind of money, I wouldn't have got them. You getting one Coca-Cola cost me $15. Yep, 20 ounce, $15. One 20 ounce soda, Coca-Cola. That's how much it costs here. Markup value. So, once again, the big picture is lost. So just remember, hip hop. This music business changed because you guys changed. You guys flipped around. You guys went backwards. You guys didn't do the next thing for the next man. I always blame the Nas, the Jay-Z, that whole era. Okay? See, when Chuck D and Run DMC and LL, that era, the 80s, came in there, they were preaching message. They was preaching change. They was preaching, let's do something collective out here. Let's make a difference. You had Djvlad and the Scarfaces laying the game down, trying to tell y'all what was what. So when the Biggie and Pac, they not here no more. But they didn't get a chance to do this. Pac was talking it, but didn't get a chance to do it. So what I'm trying to say is this newer generation, they sold out. Everybody had to get the diamonds, the cars, and the floss life was promoted. Everybody was swagged out, jewelry, diamonds, no gold no more. Now we gotta have diamonds. The braggadocious rap flow. Everybody talking money. And the industry, man, they stripped everybody blind. So we ain't had nothing no more. You ain't had nothing no more, bitch. Right. Everybody took the sponsorship, no money. Nobody saw the big picture. You see the big picture, you can get the big money, you know what I'm saying? But when you don't see the big picture, that's where you end up. Broke, busted, back on zero, can't move forward. You don't got nothing to get back to your children. Then by the time you ain't hot no more, nobody checking for you, you out the game. Now it starts to hit you. Damn, I could have did something here. I could have did something that would have fed my family for life. I would have did something here that could have took care of my people for life. But it didn't think to you till you out of the game. Meanwhile, Jay-Z still talking about get rich, rich, me. So think about it. Now he's worth $1 billion. What has he done for people? What has he done for his brother, man? All he's done is take money. But how much ownership does Jay-Z have? Oh, see, that's the illusion that Jay-Z own a bunch of stuff. That's the illusion. Jay-Z's a partner. He's a partner in a lot of stuff, but he don't own a lot of nothing. Trust me on that. Jay don't own a lot of stuff. He a partner, then he sells out. He sells all his stuff. Liquidates it, get another company, build it up, sell it. Or he don't even build it up. He'll wait for somebody else to build it up, take his money, buy it off, then come right back. It's pathetic. But that's why I said, just remember, hip-hop, you chose this life, not anybody else. You did. So, just remember, you chose this life. You said this is what I wanted to do. 24/7. Y'all said I wanted to take the bread, worry about my crew, and nobody else. And since you was thinking like that, that's how they treated you. Just like that. So I'm out.